Welcome everyone. Today we are going to do a soulmate reading, much like the twin flame readings I do. I've had a lot of you send me messages and say, why don't you do a soulmate reading when you do twin flame? And you're absolutely right. Because very few of us are on a twin flame journey, and I don't know, sometimes it's great, you may wish for it, but it's not always all that it's cut out to be. So, anyways, it's a lot of big lessons. Soulmates, you know, I feel like a soulmate will show up when a soulmate's supposed to show up, because I feel like they're soul contracts that have been made before you even came here to Earth in this lifetime. So, they'll come about, but can we throw a lot of walls in front of it? Sure. Can we, add extra time? Yes. Do we have to wait sometimes for the universe to send us a sign so that we can get back into or begin this journey? Yes. Yes to all of that, right? Because our part is just as important as the universe or divine's part. So, anyways, with that little speech over, I want to thank you for being here. Don't forget to give me that thumbs up if you like the video, if you resonate with the video. I feel like if you're here, you will. I trust in my guides that much. And thank you if you decide to subscribe. I definitely welcome you to my table, and so do all the other subscribers. So, welcome everyone. We're going to start with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. And I am going to do this like I do my twin flames. I'm going to have two different sides of it, right? I'm going to use the Trove Dreams for one of the soulmates, and I'm going to use the Light Seers for the other soulmate. And then we're going to look for the synchronicities, and then we'll connect them, okay? That's how it's going to work. Which side are you on? Well, you'll know that as we go through. And by the way, some, like in the twin flame reading, will say, I resonate with both sides. Well, that's because you find that type of love, and with soulmate love, that you'll have a lot of similarities in your life, even if you don't know each other, at this point in this life yet. You'll still have a lot of similarities, and then when you do come together, you'll notice that. Sometimes you'll have the same issues. Maybe if you have an issue, it's like maybe if something's toxic within you, they have something toxic within them, and I just mean something toxic in their life. So both individually needing to overcome it, tame it, however you want to look at it. Okay, let's bring the lid down and let's begin. Okay, we're going to give each one their own card. So we have, marriage. Marriage. I don't know why that kind of threw me for a loop. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. And then we have optimism. Optimism. I feel like, I'm thinking I got to give the soulmates a name here, and I'm thinking maybe soulmate 1, soulmate 2 for like the 2 of cups, but that doesn't feel right. Right, giving you a number. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I expect good things to happen, and they do. I expect good things to happen, and they do. It's intent. It's your intent, right? That's a strong energy. Okay, let's bring in the Trove Dreams. The reason why I love doing readings this way when it relates to love is because I think it's important we see both sides of the coin so we can understand. Um, we can try to come to the table with no judgment and then maybe really see or be illuminated to something that makes, all of a sudden it makes everything, it makes sense. All right. All my decks are pre-shuffled, by the way, for those of you who are new. We have the Three of Pentacles. I think what I'm going to do is move my microphone. There we go. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. We have the Ace of Swords. I feel like one of the soulmates here, and what I mean is there's probably going to be many different stories, but I do feel like one that maybe someone that they love is in a marriage, and yet at the same breath I don't feel like they're the ones being asked to make a commitment to that marriage, because I feel like there's something within that marriage. And listen, it's like completely outside you. But yet, in the same breath, this Ace of Swords feels to me like some type of energy that comes in, whether it's truth, I'm being honest with myself, whatever it may be, but also I feel like communication. So anyways, I feel like this person is, and listen, I also feel like they were concerned for their pentacles. They worked hard for their pentacles. I feel that. They may be a business owner, or the Three of Pentacles comes before that, so this is using their own craft, their own skill, their own creativity. Yet there's some darkness that is connected to that. Well, let's see what else we have here. We have the Palace of Cups. We have the King of Pentacles, can be Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. And then we have the Queen of Cups, can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I'm going to take two more. I wasn't going to take this many, but that's what wants to come out. And it's interesting because for some reason I'm feeling, don't we all want the Ten of Pentacles? However, I feel like the Palace of Cups trumps the Ten of Pentacles, because it's a palace. And I'm not talking about the size. It's almost like the energy or the vibration is bigger, is larger. It's that of emotions and love. And it's interesting that from that Ten of Pentacles comes the King of Pentacles. So, well, let's keep going. I also have Capricorn right above the King of Pentacles. I feel like I'm looking at someone's lesson, one of their lessons here, because I feel like I could look at my life and say, okay, there's really nothing wrong with it. However, there's the energy of feeling trapped. Why? Because for some reason I feel like this person doesn't feel like they can be who they are, like truly who they are, like they can let's say they're the breadwinner. They can certainly supply, you know, a good house and all that, right? All my material needs can be met. However, I feel like there's something lacking within them. Excuse me. This is my candle. um, it's like anything artificial, just, I can't do artificial sugar, any of that. So, anyway, so I feel like this person feels, feels a little trapped. But here's the thing: I feel like within them, they can see their potential. Like, yes, I can provide and give a good home and all that. But what seems to be lacking is love. Um, and not just that, maybe even more important than that, what seems to be lacking is this person's opportunity to, maybe they've been working for someone else for a long time, and they're itching to do their own thing. And I feel like, maybe where they're at, that's frowned upon. But it's in them. It's in them, right? And I feel like, so maybe they're at a crossroads here. Maybe they're at a crossroads. I feel like this Ace of Swords, though, was also an opportunity, or maybe the next step that was needed, to perhaps move this person. You know, making a commitment is also about making a commitment to yourself and allowing yourself to live your true life. Doesn't mean, let's say this is a marriage, and let's say this person wants out of it. I still feel this person would be very responsible in that. Like, I'm not going to hide, not like I'm not that kind of person where I hide stuff. I would be very, I feel this, very, a lot of morals. And I feel, you know, it's just like it's just burning in them. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups. Well, I feel like this person is, it's showing us that he's leaving, she's leaving. And then we have the Empress. So this is kind of what I feel like. I feel like within this Palace of Cups may sit you. So, what does that mean? It means that there's a love, right? Where there is no love now, what I'm committed to now, maybe I'm not feeling it, but to you, and listen, this doesn't even have to be a marriage and that type of thing. Um, it doesn't have to be. But it feels like it's an end of a chapter. And I feel like this person, I don't know why I'm going over this again, but I feel like this person may have felt trapped um, for a while. But now I feel like this Ace of Swords, and listen, this Ace of Swords may be coming from this Queen. Because she would certainly be natural in that Palace of Cups energy. And it's almost like maybe some ways, some reason they're bouncing ideas off each other. Maybe, I don't know, maybe they know each other. Maybe this is a connection, like a telepathic type connection. Um, because I feel like, she's looking at this eight of cups. It's almost like, here's the Empress. And to me, I feel like the King of Pentacles is for all of us, and the Queen of Cups. Now, again, doesn't matter if they're Earth, your soulmate. This is just saying the energy. Maybe that's good, or who we're looking at this person very deeply, I feel, and we're seeing the inner wishes of them, and I feel there is a connection going on, because this Queen is moving into the Empress energy. And, to me, that just feels like time, right? But the Eight of Cups is before that. So, it's when, and this can be you, I don't know. So when who's ever here decides that even though, everything looks good, there's still, I haven't found my fulfillment. And again, I'm feeling the energy of, if this person's in a committed relationship but for some reason knows you, is connected to you, I do feel like this person will carry a sense of guilt and regret. Um, and here's what I'm feeling. I'm almost feeling that because the other person would certainly play on that also. But nonetheless, I feel like here you are, though, as the Empress. And the Empress, to me, is, it would make sense because this person has the Ten of Cups, right? And I want to trump that. I want to go into the Palace of Cups. I want love, right? Maybe I want love in my commitment, not just money, material. Okay. We have the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. And that's interesting, right? Because that's the marriage card. So this person is surrounded by the marriage card. Huh, how interesting. Okay. It's like I want to clarify that side right now, but I feel like no, I have to do it this way. We have to bring the other side out, and then we'll clarify it all together. Tower. It's interesting, it's like that tower, but it's not here, but it wanted to be noticed, I don't know what that means other than, well, we'll see. We have the Page of Wands. Perfect energy with Mother Mary's message of optimism, right? Page of Wands, I feel, is like the Fool. Becomes free going, lives from the inner child. And then you have the Knight of Cups, which is beautiful. So, this is, this is understanding that joy comes within. True happiness is within. Everything else is great. It's interesting though because she looks like she's celebrating because she found the treasure of gold. So it's like she has a reason to celebrate. I feel like someone's made some like real changes in their life over here, and I feel like dropped a lot of dead weight, and feels like very free spirited now. Nine of Cups is a period, and listen, this is not just for like a month. This could be for 9 years. It can be for any amount of time, but this is where you're really finding you. This is where you are loving you again, and you're not, like you don't put anything in front of opportunities, and I'm not going to say you don't get lonely in that type of energy, but probably very seldom. It just seems you just feel very free spirited. Maybe you have been in a commitment and now it's like you're feeling free. Look at this. And then the Sun. Wow. Interesting how we have almost two completely different energies over here. Almost like, boy, I wish I could have what you have right here. Because what you have right here is, the Sun to me is pure joy, pure freedom, to be who you are, wide open to life, right? Wide open. Illumination. This is your inner child. This is like really unencumbered energy and optimism. And listen, I don't feel like this just shows up. I don't feel like this is your whole life. I feel like this is where you find yourself. Mainly because of, I feel like optimism is a choice. I expect good things to happen, and they do. Do I expect good things to happen, or do I expect something bad to happen? I don't feel like anyone is like has any blindfolds on, to be honest, because I feel over here, even though I may be in something like now, I'm feeling, I'm feeling it's time to move on. Over here, I feel like I don't know. It's almost like, did you overcome something major, and hence now you seem to be able to celebrate the lighter side of life. We have the Eight of Swords, so maybe you freed yourself from that energy. Eight of Swords is self-created. This is that blindfold, right? But in this, I mean, just look at the card. She's looking at herself. She's seeing what she's doing, right? She's seeing that she's trapping herself, right? She sees that she has a blindfold on, and I feel like it's showing because eight is about new beginning, right? A new beginning, allowing yourself to have a new beginning, and that's what I feel happened. Okay, what else do we have? Well, we have the Four of Swords. This could be healing over the mind. We have the Queen of Wands. First of all, just notice how she's rising above the drama. I'm rising above it, right? I'm not going to let it be part of my energy. I love how she's pointing right up to the sun. Sun is the card of Leo, by the way. I don't know if I said that. Queen of Wands can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But I feel like this is talking about the energy, because the Four of Wands to me is the healing, right? I'm healing myself and I'm healing my heart. Within that energy, I'm learning, I've been learning what's good, what's not good. I've been learning to love myself again, right? I'm not allowing myself to be pulled into someone else's drama. I almost feel like because of this energy really feels fantastic, it wouldn't serve anyone at this point if this person, let's say, boom, like we connected. Now I know it can happen, and maybe it has happened for some, but I feel like that added or adds extra drama to the situation, because I feel like this person is like needs to follow, needs to follow. And this person over here just seems like, I feel the disconnect of it, like, take care of this before you come into, my energy, because my energy over here is feeling pretty good, right? I've overcome a lot. I'm seeing the truth, right? The sun is out. There's nothing, I'm not fearful. I'm not living in fearful energy. I know that anything that comes before me, I have complete illumination. I'll know it. I'll see it. I'm rising above, you know. And it's funny because I feel like these two energies are very, very good together. But I feel like they have to, well, they don't have to, our free will can always come into play. But I feel like, ultimately, as each finds their place, I feel like then they come together, and it feels like the perfect, almost divine timing. Well, it is divine timing. We have the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords coming under the Eight of Swords. First of all, both of them ask for something different, right? Five is about change. We're in the universal year 5. 8 is about the realization, the blocks that I put in front of myself. my hands being tied, blindfolds, allowing myself to think doom, like all that, like being real. It's showing that a lot of this energy came probably from other people. So not only did you have to free your mind, which I feel like you did, but you probably had to free yourself from this energy at the same time. Two of Swords. Looking over at that 5. The Moon. Card of Pisces. Interesting. We have the Sun and the Moon. Sun and Moon work perfectly hand in hand. And then we have the 7 of Wands again. Where did I see it before? Maybe I didn't see it before. I don't know. Anyway, 7 of Wands coming over the Moon. Moon is the card of Pisces, also the ruler of Cancer, as Leo. The Sun is the ruler of Leo. But this 2 of Wands is looking over at the 5 of Swords, and it's funny because I have a blindfold over, so I'm looking, but I can't see anything because I have a blindfold on. I feel like this is talking about, a period of time when it's interesting because I feel like this is where we will find you, hopefully soon, and this is where you're coming from. So the Moon, can cast a lot of shadows, things that are done in the dark, that type of thing. 7 of Wands is over that. It might be the energy of defending oneself. Other people's drama coming up at you, right? This is rising above it, though. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe this is talking about a time period. And maybe this is why I'm feeling all this like wonderful energy up here, because this feels like it was difficult to, let's say, escape or to change. But nonetheless, I feel like you did or you will. And I feel like there's one way, and it's to rise above the toxicity of all, even your own thoughts. Ask yourself, what do I think? Like, what kind of thoughts am I having? That's what optimism is about. You have all this, the cups and the sun, like in action, all like moving up towards that, right? You have the 4 of Swords right in the middle of the spread. So whatever needs healing, here it is. Now, of course, we didn't want to skip that, right? So that may have taken time. You know what I mean? But it's interesting because I feel like I definitely felt that here. Like some of you are like, your lives really changing. But they feel like it's like you're getting away from, what is just not right for you. You are taking all the blindfolds off. You are, operating in the light, that type of thing. You're allowing whoever needs to find, sometimes people need to do it and find it their own way. It's important because that's their growth. And I feel like in the meantime, in this 9 of Cups energy with the Sun, hello, and the Page of Wands, which I often call my Fool. So, but it's definitely showing what it took to get to that point. We have the 6 of Pentacles for this side. 6 of Pentacles is beautiful energy. This is the energy where, what's some of the things I've been learning? Compassion and empathy. Sometimes, this, I feel like for someone it's like something that maybe I had no empathy for, no compassion for, and then boom, here I am in it. I had to experience it, and now that I experienced it, now I have empathy. Now I have compassion, right? Maybe I had to walk those shoes. And it can be reversed too, but ultimately this is the lesson of compassion and empathy and giving, right? And that's what I feel like this person over here, same thing. interesting, and that would be the 3 and 3. But this is also talking about a period where soulmates are in your life. Soulmates are just a part of your life, and I don't mean just in love. I mean the right people at the right time, the right opportunities. You know, when you're in the right energy, it is like you're directing energy. So, okay. Dun, 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 dun. Let's use a Gilded Tarot. Boy, I have a lot of cards on the table. You know, these are the type of readings where you really do want to stick around to the end because, you know, I feel like it all comes together. Anyway, I keep seeing the full. These are pre-shuffled also. For those of you who wonder, though you don't need to wonder, everything's done in the light here. Okay. We have the Page of Wands. So now we have the Page of Wands on both sides. It's interesting because this Page of Wands is looking back. This one is looking forward. I don't know if they're looking in the past. You know, I do kind of feel like this person is like remembering a fire, the fire that they used to have within. You know, I feel like they want to find it again. It's there, like never left. It never left. They're going to come out one by one. We have the King of Cups. Can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. This could be the person that's within this 10 of Pentacles. I don't think this is someone who doesn't want love in their life. I feel like they're on an important, you know, an important journey where they're really finding their creative selves, and I feel like it's really important that happened. And listen, I feel like they took it to the very end, but here they are. They're, you know, they got this fire in their belly again. But at the same time, I feel like it's saying, you know, but they still want love. We have the Queen of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Coming right over the energy of Capricorn. She's pointing right up to the card of marriage. Her sword is up, so she feels somewhat defensive. It's interesting. She's got, I think, 6 white doves around her. We have the Lovers. Card of Gemini. This can be a head over heart decision. I can see that here totally. But it's also about a connection, and I feel like how I felt. There's something within this Queen of Cups, and again, I don't want you to just think water. I want you to think, because over here, here's the 9 of Cups, right? So you're in this beautiful emotional space, and maybe that's what it's talking about, the connection, right? The Lovers, to me, is the connection. And it I don't know, does it trump the 4 of Wands? Well, I think it does. So, and I don't know why I keep saying that, like, with things, but I do feel that. And that 4 of Wands may simply mean marriage, commitment. But then here's the Lovers. it's funny because I feel like because the person over here is feeling so open and free and unencumbered and optimistic, I feel like it is part of the energy over here in this Ace of Swords that's feeding this person here who wants to make some changes. It's like you're helping to, and probably without your knowledge, fuel the fires. I wouldn't be surprised if Temperance comes out somewhere in this reading. We have, the Five of Cups. So I feel like this person probably knows you. You probably know each other. This person may be remembering the connection, right? This may be the fire I'm talking about, but also I feel like you may be someone when, they remember, you may have been, I don't know, like, yeah, you should go for it, that type of thing, where now they may be with someone who is more restrictive, makes them feel kind of caged in, but can't cage in their mind, right? Their thoughts, their aspirations. But it's interesting because, this person just feels like they're changing, they could have it their way and feel like they will have it their way. It feels like they're changing everything. Almost like they're quitting their job and they're starting their own business. But then it's like they must have you on their mind at the same time. Okay, what else do I have? I have the Seven of Wands. Coming under that Queen, Seven of Wands. It's defensive energy. It would make sense, let's say, if this person is asking someone for a divorce, that they would be defensive. Excuse me, I had to take a drink. If we're being really real, anybody asks you for a divorce, even if you kind of want it yourself, your ego gets involved, right? It's almost impossible. So I feel like it only makes sense that it would be here. But in the same time, I feel like what this person is thinking is, if I, almost like they're thinking, they're putting a plan together in their head, because they know they have to. If they don't, there could be extra drama where there doesn't need to be. So that may be why, like, this creative avenue is coming first, and then you. It's not that you're second. It's just that it's almost like it's how it has to look. It's what the big picture needs to look like to this queen. And by the way, if you're air, you might be like, what? Don't worry about air. Just think about this queen whose sword is up. She is in energy of, I do feel like holding something back. So I don't know. But let's keep going. I was going to go straight across, but it wanted to go this way. So, I find it kind of beautiful. You have the Five of Cups. That's not a beautiful energy, but that certainly shows, because I noticed right away that this page is looking back and this page is looking forward. It can be the past and the future, right? But within that energy of looking back, there's someone that this person is missing. However, in the Five of Cups, if this person turns around and has the energy of the Eight of Cups, walks away, right? Has emotional closure and walks away towards, what feels like, at this point at least, this person's true life. There's two cups that just have not been discovered yet. And this can be, I don't know, someone would even consider taking a second look at me type energy. I don't know. But I do feel that you are on their mind, or it's the other way. I feel like it's probably both, to be honest, because I feel the persuasion from here over to here. And, there's complete illumination over here. So this person is sending their energy, which through the Lovers certainly can. You can definitely pick it up over here. And why? Because you're in the right type of energy to feel it, to know it. Not to wait for it, to live. Because in the Sun and the Nine of Cups, you're living, and the Page of Wands. Okay. This person's got to decide when they're going to close a certain chapter. And I almost do feel like that, they take it to the brink. But in the same breath, so much is developed over here. And it's a lot about self. A lot about self on both sides, really. So maybe if we came together, we would interfere with the lessons that each was learning. Whoa. It's a lot, but we're going to take them. Oh boy, look at that. The Tower is the only thing that's up. The only thing that's face up. The Tower. So, I feel like for many of you, you probably know this person in some way, somehow. And I feel like the Tower did exist. It may have taken some of you a long time to overcome it. No doubt. But it's not always, sometimes like it comes through the action of the person, but it's really the universe pushing people away because maybe they came together too soon and there's certain things that their soul really wanted to learn, right? I want to see if I can get through this maze of confusion and arrive, in the light. I want to see if I can do it. That's what your soul would say, right? Your spirit would say. Same over here. Like, when is this person free? When they free themselves. Okay. Anyway. Well, hello, Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles coming over the Eight of Cups. It's like almost giving them the way, right? This is something that comes into your physical world. And it's like it's showing them the way. To what? Well, it's pointing up at the Lovers, but it's also over the Eight of Cups. So I leave one thing, and then perhaps this Ace of Pentacles will lead me to what I'm going to call my lover. Well, hello. And look at that. And I feel like, especially coming over the Empress, I feel like this is saying, I may have to leave 10 of Pentacles, and it can just mean that I've created a lot, but I feel called to leave it. And but this shows that you can always rebuild it, right? It's the physical world. You can always rebuild it, and I feel like here it is. And it's interesting that there's so much pentacle energy, so very grounded type energy. And the Empress is the energy of all the queens, right? She's experienced the energy of the swords and the cups, all of them. But she has the wisdom now to know. And I don't know. It just looks very abundant in that Ten of Pentacles. So there it is. Let's keep going. Look at that. The Ace of Swords. Does this tie the two of you together? Wow. We have, hello, Empress. You weren't sure if that was you or not. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You're over here doing your own thing, building your own empire, so to speak, right? But it's the same breath. This Ace of Swords is putting the connection, especially with the Empress, of the two of you. Eight of Pentacles is what you're building, right? But you're building it from the energy of the sun, the light, illumination, the truth, honesty, joy, happiness, right? I'm open to it all. And that's what I'm building from. The Eight of Pentacles says where you put your focus is what you will grow. You will make abundant, right? Eight of Pentacles, I'm willing to walk in as the apprentice, but my intent is to leave as the master, or to be the master. Maybe just the master of my own domain. We have the moon. The moon coming right over that Eight of Swords, almost like the shadow sits right over that Eight of Swords, right? Which is, again, self-created. You know, it's like your guides are like, we can't help you uncreate it because this is energy you created, so this is your one job, is to uncreate it, right? And it's to, and it's because of what was toxic around you, right? Either I chose not to see something, because look, we have the moon and we have the moon. The moon is what puts the blindfold on. The blindfold is looking at the Five of Swords but doesn't see it. I feel like the Eight of Swords is the feeling of what, is toxic for you. What else do I have? I have the Knight of Wands. Wow. Let me tell you something. This is a great card, especially coming over the Four of Swords, because this talks about all that you have gained through your journey, through your journeys. It can talk about like chapters, and each chapter, how you've overcame, right? And each chapter you grow, right? Or you receive a little more tools. I feel like the Empress, especially coming over the Nine of Cups, there's no fear here, guys. You know what I mean? There's like no room for fear because here's the Empress. And the Empress knows that she can handle anything. How do I know that? Because I've pretty much been through it all. Right? I've pretty much been through it all and I figured it out. Happiness starts within. And from that energy, I create. From the sun comes the creation of the Eight of Pentacles. That's kind of beautiful too. And the Knight of Wands, your experiences. This is about your spiritual muscles you've gained in this earthly time. Interesting that, okay, well, the Five of Pentacles is flipped around, so we have to take it. This is kind of like the Tower. This is something that feels like it's against your will, or something can happen quickly, unexpectedly. It can talk about COVID, all that. Changes. 5, changes. But these changes represent the finding of freedom. And it's funny because you have the Six of Pentacles over here. So here's the struggle, right, to get through it. This is where I'm learning the empathy and the compassion. This is where I'm walking in those shoes. But listen, I feel like there's a lot of power that comes from that, because if you're creating out of the sun, and you have the wisdom that you've gained in this Five of Pentacles, which I know you did. Here's the 6. Maybe that's what it was all about. You become the Empress. So be gone, shadows. Shadows don't scare me anymore. And I often feel, as we're walking through the Five of Pentacles, we're finding more and more true soulmates. Those who think like me, who act like me, can be a creative family type thing. Well, hello, Six of Cups. Wow. You're kind of scratching your head over this one. So am I, because this is energy of the past. This is happy memories of an earlier time, usually with someone. We have the King of Wands, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then we have, look at this, the Two of Wands. I feel like this is the absolute perfect card to come out right now. I feel like this has been very revealing on the journeys. And I know some over are stuck in what feels like darkness, but I feel like in the same breath, you have the opportunity to like rip these blindfolds off, um, set yourself free, but it won't happen until you understand what's causing it, what is toxic, where it's my part in all of it, and then being willing to move out of it. I feel like that's important. Um, because honestly, I feel like if this kind of love came in this type of energy, I don't think you would see it or appreciate it. And maybe vice versa. If this came over here, there could be a sense of like, I feel too guilty type thing. I don't know. I don't know. But what I do know is here is this Ace of Pentacles. Here is the Ten of Pentacles with the Empress, right? Boom. We move over to the Empress. Here she is, right? Connected to that Ace of Swords. She's connected over here too. Um, the whole experience, the empathy you've grown, the compassion you've grown, but also the strength and the power. But I mean it in the most beautiful way. I don't mean it egotistical at all. I mean it as in I'm very strong. I can handle a lot. I can handle a lot. I know, if something is trying to come against me, I feel it. I know it. You can't pull the wool over my eyes. In the Empress's energy, the Empress also, I feel like both are in creative energy or could be, um, and therefore, who knows? This Ten of Cups or this Ten of Pentacles may be created together. Is where we finally end up, because I feel both in this very creative, able to build type of energy, and kind of probably meant to. And I do feel like over here, probably even your experiences are part of that. But ultimately, I'm going to stop talking um, with the Two of Wands. And that's the beginning to me. That's the I'm walking through this pathway. And once I walk through it, I'm in it. This is about passion and desire, for another, but also for yourself, for life, all that. And I feel like, much like the Page of Wands here, it feels like the Fool. The Two of Wands says, be the Fool. Cross that threshold. That's where the sun's at. So, I'm going to leave that there, though I do want to read the Mother Mary cards. This is a long reading. I don't know if it could be any clearer, to be honest. But that doesn't mean everybody sees it the same way, right? Okay, anyways. Stop talking, Sandy. Marriage. You drew this card because your relationship needs loving attention. You've been out of balance lately, with too much focus upon work and intellectual pursuits. Mother Mary steps in and asks you to stop what you're doing and put your energy into your marriage. In fact, make a renewed commitment to it and all of your interpersonal relationships. Allow yourself to care about and connect with each person you love. And by the way, can I say, I did feel the underlying energy of some of you can be in a marriage. And it's just showing you both sides. You may have just had a big, big argument, and it's showing you both sides. And I feel like it can't be clearer. So, some of you, you're recommitting to each other. Some of you, this is new. Well, when I say new, it can be old again. It can be from, someone old, but it's new. Consider it new. For unmarried individuals, this card signals a positive and important change in your love life, provided that you open your heart and allow yourself to be authentic and vulnerable with others. Commit to developing your relationships at the highest possible levels so that they are truly love-filled. Well, I mean, there you go. Thank you, Mother Mary. Okay, let's read optimism, which I feel like is we're saying, okay, Mother Mary, we are going to be optimistic. So let's read it. This card counsels you to look for the blessings within your present situation, no matter how dire it seems. What have you learned from it? In what ways are you stronger now? As you see the current blessings, you attract more into your life. Mother Mary guides you to approach your life from a standpoint of gratitude. Optimism is a form of faith and trust in God. Studies show that optimistic people enjoy many health benefits. You can develop this trait by praying, God, please let me see this situation through your eyes. You'll unveil the light and love that currently resides within this situation. Be optimistic about your future, as it is created by your present moment decisions and actions. Wow. Wow. Okay. That felt important. It felt important, like an important step of the process. So, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Let me know if you like it, if you like the way I've done it. If you think it's too much, let me know. I like your comments, let me know. I'm not afraid of criticism, if it's constructive, of course. But I like to hear. I've been getting this calling to do like a famous person's love life, or something like that. So if you have any ideas, someone's been in your head, let me know, because I don't know why. I just feel like I just want to do a couple famous people. So anyway, what a reading. That's the way I feel anyway. Wow. I may take a nap. I may take a nap. I love you guys. Thank you always for being at my table. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.